You know what? We got an amazing team. We got an amazing chat, an amazing community. And we've got the amazing Wheel of Fate. And it's the Wheel of Fate that ultimately decides what challenge our runners are going to get. Now, we've got quite a few challenges ready for today, but this is our kind of Mortal Kombat, Mortal CAD challenge here. And so we're just going to take a look at drawings number 31 and 32. Let's give this thing a spin and see what the Wheel of Fate has in store for our runners here. Remember, these guys are going to be competing for a 3D printer. So this is a really high stakes match here for these runners competing for a 3D printer. Wow, wow, wow. Drawing number 31. What a great way to start the tournament as well. So while producer Mike is getting that drawing ready, we're going to be taking a look here at drawing number 31. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be learning a little bit about these runners. And these runners come from both parts of the world, and they've been nice enough to share some fun facts with us. Jon Moriarty, self-taught Fusion 360 about 11 years ago, trying to design and 3D print everything he uses. His biggest print so far is a couch, and recently crossed 100 jumps skydiving. That's pretty impressive. We also see here that he hikes and camps every few weekends. So that's really cool. And so if we move over to Tristan Lusson, we can see that he is a Fusion user. Okay, that's pretty cool. And he's from France. All right, good. And he wears sunglasses. That's pretty interesting. And also, he was available today. So these are some pretty interesting fun facts that we've got about both of these runners. All right, guys. Well, listen, here we go. This very first and only CAD versus CAD battle between our third and fourth place runners here. Jon Moriarty in either third or fourth, Tristan Lusson in either third or fourth. This match is going to determine it, and the winner of this match is going to win a 3D printer. This CAD versus CAD battle begins in 3, 2, 1. Go! And so the question here is, what is the mass of this part in x.xx pounds? And the tolerance is plus or minus 0.01 pounds. So the Wheel of Fate has dished up a IPS challenge for these runners, and both of our runners are grabbing a screen capture, and it looks like both of our runners are in their CAD system. Let's flip over to that CAD system and see how they do. We've got Jon Moriarty on the left running Fusion in dark mode. We've got Tristan Lusson on the right running Fusion in light mode. It looks like both of them were able to get into their CAD systems and set them up to work with inches and pounds. So that's good. That's kind of the first challenge here. If you're used to working in metric, switching that to inches and pounds can be a little bit of a challenge, but they had no problem with that. And we can see here that Jon Moriarty draws first blood, gets that first solid feature extruded, and creates, looks like he's starting out with that kind of rectangular base. But obviously, sketching and extruding rectangles is not what makes this part a challenge. It's obviously that kind of curved shape running up and through the middle. So you guys in the chat, think about it. You don't have to type it in the chat, but you know, what feature would you use to create that curved kind of pipe shape at 45 degrees? And again, you don't have to type it in the chat, but I'm sure you guys can maybe think of how you would do it. And we see Tristan Lusson on the right getting in there and getting up through and trying to create that geometry. And look at that. Look at how quickly he was able to get that geometry in place. That's what I like to see. P-Storm in the chat says, a good feature, of course. It's in the name. Yes, exactly. And Alessandra says, I love this model. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. I'll use Jern Arc. That's the name of the feature. Nice. And so this is something that I really like here. You can see that Jon Moriarty on the left is using a hole feature to get in there and create those holes. Instead of manually, creating a cut extrude, you see he's created the one hole feature. And now it looks like he's actually using a pattern. It looks like he's using a rectangular pattern to get that hole located in all 4 locations. So, wow, interesting. I like that too. So Jon Moriarty on the left, getting through here, getting all that foundation laid out. But you'll notice that Tristan Lusson on the right actually kind of took on that I considered a little bit of a harder feature first. Took on the creation of that kind of, I'll call it a tubular shape, for lack of, I don't want to spoil it. He's a patterner. Yep, Matab in the chat says he is a patterner. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I like that. And I think I misspoke earlier, actually. It's not a counter board, just a through hole. Just a through hole there. Sorry, didn't mean to misspeak there. And so now we see that Tristan Lusson maybe playing a little catch up. It's hard to tell. They created the model coming from different areas. So Tristan Lusson getting in there, creating that same base plate. Looks like he's just going to go with kind of a brute force approach. He's going to create. Oh, no, I stand corrected. He created one circle and then patterned it. Wow. That is a pro move. Let's go. So I know that we saw that on the left, Jon Moriarty created the hole and then patterned it. Tristan Lusson just did it right in the sketch. I think he might have even done it with a circular pattern, which when you've got a square base like this, that is totally valid. You could totally get away with using a circ pattern there. Very, very cool. Balasaurus in the chat says he notices Tristan Lusson subtitle up underneath his name. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's really anybody's game here. And the winner of this match is going to win a 3D printer, a Bambu Labs A1 with the AMS. Very, very high stakes here. And of course, our co-commentator Jonathan will be back in a bit and will be rejoining us. Guys, this match is starting to get pretty hectic. Look, what is Jon Moriarty doing? He's going into his construction geometry and creating maybe like a new plane or an axis or something. Very interesting. Meanwhile, Tristan Lusson on the right has gone in and already created that upper circular flange. Definitely looks like he may be pulling ahead. But guys, it's not just about being fast. You also got to get it correct. We'll see how he does. And Hassan in the chat says, got it. Nice flex there from Hassan, one of our fastest users on Model Monday Live. Pico Boo says Bambu A1 is a great printer. Mine has almost 3,000 hours on it. Yo, shout out to Pico Boo and shout out to Bambu Labs. Nice. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button if you're enjoying this live stream. We got 159 people watching. Let's be sure to hit that like button and try to get that like ratio up to match the number of viewers. And Tristan Lusson on the right using one of our favorite tools in the Too Tall Toby community, the slot tool, and then following it up with some offset geometry here to create that kind of outer shape. Interesting approach there. I probably would have opted to create that outer shape using just like the straight dimensions, but very interesting approach here. And we'll see what he ends up doing. Oh, and he does end up switching his, maybe he speaks French and English. And he does end up just using the straight dimension there. I don't think I could do that math to do the offset. So it looks like he did an offset and then got rid of the offset dimension and then just used the straight dimension. Now, of course, he's going to need to create all four of those on the right there, Tristan Lusson. So we'll see what technique he uses for that. I'm willing to bet he's going to use a circ pattern. Seems like the most logical way to do it, but he has surprised me in the past and he may do it again here. Okay, and there we see he did indeed do a circular pattern of those features, and we're going to keep an eye on the chat. We may see an answer coming in here any moment, and we're going to keep an eye on the chat and see who gets this one correct first. See Tristan Lusson bringing up his mass calculator there, and we are watching the chat. Of course, it does have to be correct. And Tristan Lusson comes in with an answer, 1.505. That is not correct. That is not correct within tolerance. So Tristan Lusson possibly opening the door here for Jon Moriarty. You're allowed to get it incorrect one time. You can get it incorrect one time. And we see Jon Moriarty on the left here now creating that kind of a tubular shape coming up from the bottom. Tristan Lusson has answered 1.505. That is not correct. And so Tristan Lusson now has the opportunity to answer again, to look at his model, to try to look for a dimension that he got wrong, look for a feature that was maybe missing, and he's going to try to solve that. And good luck here. Good luck to Tristan trying to figure that out. Meanwhile, Jon Moriarty coming in. It looked like he was actually coming up with the mass there, but I think he realized, of course, that you need that upper section. Jon Moriarty shared with us that he's actually on the road today using his non-standard computer, which is why we don't have the keyboard cam for him. But that also means that he's kind of using an unfamiliar layout, doesn't have all his regular shortcuts, not in his regular desk. And so we really appreciate him coming back to compete for this 3D printer. Really, really, really top-notch. Appreciate that competitive spirit. And we're going to see how he ends up finishing this thing out here. I know that I personally went through and created all these models in Fusion to make sure that they were solvable, but also just to kind of continue my education with Fusion. And it's really cool to see how these guys are able to solve and some of the different features and tools that they use that I didn't use, when I was going through and solving. So very cool to see here. And it looked like Tristan Lusson did bring up his mass calculator there. He may be going through and kind of just doing some double checking now because he's only got one more chance to get it incorrect. So he's really got to be careful here. Guys, it looks like we have finished both of our cups of coffee. We got to keep going here. We do, of course, have a can of seltzer water as well. try to keep this train rolling. And some questions coming in from the chat here. Aaron C says, what features does Fusion have that you think are top-notch or just better than alternative programs? I really like a lot of the subtle navigation stuff that I've learned in Fusion. The way that the dimensions kind of automatically come up. It takes a little getting used to if you're coming from a different CAD system, but when you do, you can really jump from one feature to the next quickly. And that's what I've been kind of really trying to hone in and get used to. It's like I said, it's different. It's different from some other CAD systems, but that's one of the big standout features. I don't think I've gotten deep enough to say specifically. Matab in the chat saying, I think minus for cuts is a good feature. Yeah, I mean, SolidWorks being very rigid for once you extrude something, you're kind of stuck with that unless you know the top secret instant 3D trick where you can turn a cut into a boss or turn a boss into a cut. But short of that, like, it's kind of cumbersome to change it, where in Fusion you just edit the feature and you can change it. I kind of like that. I like how, on that same note, I like how in Fusion, when you do go to create a boss, if you pull it away from the model, it's automatically a boss. If you push it into the model, it's automatically a cut. So that's a pretty cool little element of it as well. So wow, both of our runners kind of taking a look at this thing, getting a little bit stumped on this first one. Yeah, it was an interesting draw there from the wheel. And if they do get stumped, listen, we got plenty of drawings here that we can give them. But remember, the first person to earn a point is going to earn a 3D printer. So this is high stakes, guys, and we're in no rush. We can stream all afternoon if we need to. We can stream all night if we need to. We are in no rush. As long as the stream doesn't lock up anymore, I am very happy and thankful to be here with all of you. So seems like we're on a pretty good run here. Hopefully I don't jinx it by saying that. Yep. DG says, I like how SolidWorks can create meme content for Reddit about crashing. It certainly is rich in that capability. The Vicky Chong saying, it's impressive how calm you are, Toby. I'm panicking like crazy on the inside, Vicky. It's just on the outside. Wow, what a prize for the winner. Yeah, these guys have battled all the way through. They're in either third or fourth place, and we're going to see who ends up actually winning the 3D printer. It's really based on this challenge, this result. Whoever can come up with the answer correct first, whoever can come up with the answer correct first, whoever will earn that point, lock in that point, will be declared the winner. And we are watching the chat here, guys. Jon Moriarty is all caught up here. He's on the last couple of features, and we are watching the chat to see who comes in with an answer. It's so nerve-wracking to fire in that second answer. I know how Tristan Lusson is feeling, and we're going to keep an eye on the chat and see if he does come in with that answer. He's saying, I am clueless. Okay. Can't find what the issue is. Oh, no. He's looking. T-Lust does not want to commit to an answer, or maybe is not just not coming up with a different answer. And we are watching the chat. Let's see what they come up with. And Jon Moriarty comes in with an answer, 1.61 pounds. And that is correct. And wow, what a comeback. Tristan Lusson got off to such a massive start there. He had gotten through the whole thing and ultimately came in with his answer. His original answer that came in there was 1.505 pounds. The correct answer is 1.61 pounds plus or minus 0.01 pounds. And wow, 1.61 is correct. Guys, put a GG in the chat for Jon Moriarty earning that prize and really battling hard, not giving up. You know, we saw Tristan Lusson get through there and really seemed like he had a massive lead there. But it looks like he must have just missed the dimension somewhere along the way. Wow. The upper, Ate says T-Lus has the upper straight section a little bit short. It came up a little bit short there, he says. Maybe it was in the pipe feature. I know I've run into that in Fusion where you can put in a ratio, but no, it looks right. Wow. Your fillet for the sweep was the wrong size. DLZ says your fillet for the sweep was the wrong size. DLZ, of course, can